mistake on the track, but then after they make the mistake, they recover and become very intense afterwards. At both corners, she kind of showed the same behavior. She'd make the corner, second guess it, circle, and then when she picked the track up, poof, she was spot on it and very intense on both the corners. But you kind of had a lot of other mistakes on the track. Kind of the same thing with Ryan. A little bit of speed, slow at the articles, but the dog does show a high propensity to be intense on the track. So again, if you make a little obedience to the track, I think that will resolve a lot of your issues on the track. But nevertheless, why'd you start her crooked at the set pad?
I don't know. I think I thought the angle was different.
Yeah. So she kind of started the dog crooked at the scent pad. And for one, I usually bring the dog straight to the scent pad. I know which direction it goes. So she was off the track initially when she started the track. And just as a hint, next time if you ever do an IPO one or a tracking one, typically when I start the dog, I'm already on the track. So just because the judge tells you, you can start in the area up there, you're laying your own track, I'm gonna put 100 points out there. So before I even put my flag in the ground, I've already started laying the track when I go out, right? So I'm laying the track, I come, and then I put my flag in the ground. So when I start the dog, if I'm in line with the flag, the dog is already on the track when I started.
That's a good tip.
So you start from back here, then the dog goes to the flag, you walk up, stop, and go. And you kind of started over here, so the dog kind of had a funky direction of which way the track went. So we kind of missed the scent pad a little bit, and then she goes off the track. So just watch the starts of your track. But down the first leg of the track, she starts, once she gets back to the track, she has a lot of intensity, really nice, deep, concentrated nose. But then something kind of catches her nose and her head comes up, and then she goes right back to track. And 3/4 of the way down the track, she settles really nice until you get to the first corner. She actually makes the corner. I checked the first corner off, and then she circled, and then she went the length of the leash off the track. And some judges will call it right then, but for me, because she still continued to work on the track, she wasn't, she's still looking. It wasn't like she was going out for a walk in the park. She still looked for the track, and then she comes back to the track after the circle, and then from that point to the article was really nice. She checked every footstep, was really nice and intense going down the track until you get to the first article. The first article was slow, very slow, but it was straight. Then you went to go get the article, and she kind of took off on you. Usually that would cost you the whole 10, because you have to show the article, and then there's no restart right there. I didn't take the whole 10 because the dog actually did. For me, she indicated it. You just didn't have enough time to get to the dog, show it. So, but that article and restart is sufficient, okay? I didn't want to put it in an insufficient category because the dog worked so hard. She got to the article, she made it. You just didn't really have an opportunity to show it with the restart there. So she takes off on you, and she takes off really fast, but then when she gets to the corner, here we see the same picture as the first corner. She makes the corner, and she's very concentrated going around the corner, and then she circles. And she circles again, and so she goes off the track. But when she comes back, the intensity in her tracking when she comes back to the track is spot on. She goes left, right. So that was a really good picture until we get halfway down the track. Then the head comes up. I think some of the people kind of, a lot of times we don't get a chance to train with people at the last leg of the track. I talked about it last night. Where do all the people stand? On the last leg. So we kind of get a head up right there, and we lose a little bit of the intensity. She comes back to the track. Then we get to the last article. She stands there. Even if she stands, you can go pick the article up. You'll still get the same amount of points. If you stand and then they down very slow, now I have to take the points for a slow down. So if a dog gets there, it recognizes the article, it indicates it, and it stands, I would go get it instead of waiting on the down. Okay. But nevertheless, we have a good performance today, good category of 80